All right. Good morning, crocheters. Not anyone is here yet, so I feel like I should just chat for a second. Sorry, my space is kind of a mess. Like, my lovies have been ransacked by my daughter, so they're not really there anymore, and I just have like bits of yarn hanging around because I was up late last night trying to finish the chubby horse so I could get the pattern done so I can send it out to testers today. So both the chubby horse and the chubby donkey can be released in, let's see, what's this month? This month is March. So that will be April. No, this month, yeah. Yeah, so it can be released in April. I've got a brain. It's just slow moving this morning. So if you are joining me here, please say hi and let me know what's going on in your life today. What are you guys working on? Good morning, Silka. How are you? Sending love. Always good to hear from you, see you. My hair is crazy this morning. Oh yes, good evening in Germany. Exactly. So this is the chubby horse that I finished last night. Good morning, Lisa. Lisa or Lissa? I think it's Lissa, but I could be wrong. How are you? So yeah, this is the chubby horse. So compared to the one I did last week when I lost at Yarn Chicken, I extended the legs just a little bit, which helps a lot actually with like the proportions. And I think it just makes it look, I don't know, it just looks a little bit better. And then also on this one, because this is the new one, I made the loop stitches longer. That way it has more of like a, kind of more of a real mane versus this guy who's just kind of stick up everywhere and are kind of crazy. So the added length kind of helps it drape a little bit better on this one. So I am pretty happy about that. Yeah, anyway. Okay. So Lissa says it's Lissa like Melissa. Okay, I thought so. I thought your name was Melissa because we've chatted in email before. Okay. Good morning, Jackie. I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you. I am pretty happy with it. So Lisa asks, do I need any more testers? Right now, I'm good on testers, but I promise if I need more, I will put a call out. So thank you very much for letting me know or for asking. Good morning, Sandy and Angie. Good morning. Angie says, I want to make a horse in remembrance of my grandpa. I love that. Alrighty. And good morning, Deborah. So yes, I made a couple of changes on this horse versus this one. And I like it quite a bit better. One of the things that I actually did, because this horse head I used is actually the exact same, the same pattern that I made for like the horse head ornament, which I have just over here. So let me see if I can find it. Dig through all my stuff. My Christmas decorations are in a back corner because, you know, it's not Christmas anymore. All right, yeah. So this is my, yeah, it's got such fuzzy, crazy hair. My horse head ornament. There we go. And so I used the same head. My craftsmanship on this one was not as good. Like the ears, I put this ear on like way farther back than that one. Yeah, my craftsmanship was not fantastic. So this one looks a little extra wonky. But when I was making this one, I wanted to change the proportions just slightly. So it's a little bit bigger here through the nose. The rest of the head is the same size, but kind of the nose is a little bit bigger there in the front. So I went through and kind of updated that, kind of playing around with it. Let's see. Good morning, Virgie. And good morning, Teresa. Thank you. I'm glad you like the horse. Jersey Girl Craft says, I'm making your chubby bunnies right now, getting ready for Easter. Perfect. I'm making one for each of my team members at work. That's awesome. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Heather. Thank you, Linda, for saying the horse is so cute. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So last week when I was talking to you guys about it, because I decided I needed to extend the legs because they're just too small. And isn't that so bad? Just looking at that Lost at Yarn chicken side, really gets to me. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, I decided I needed to extend the legs, and I couldn't decide if I was just gonna not do any triple bobble stitches at all, but make the legs completely separate. And I decided to stick with the bobble stitches. So you can see, this here at the top, these are the bobble stitches, and then you make the legs. And you kind of attach them. It is important on this one that you kind of attach along the inside first and then on the bobble stitches. That way it's like it all lines up better and you don't have legs sticking out at kind of weird directions. So I'm definitely going to include that in the pattern. I am still working on the finishing touches on the pattern. I made a lot of progress last night, but it was 11:30 and I was like, I need to go to bed. So that's where we are. Let's see. Good morning, Eugenia. Okay, I believe I said that right. Says hello from Spain. Making the hippo right now in purple color. Love it. Deborah says she likes the legs. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Emily. Melissa says she doesn't mind the original legs, but the new ones look awesome. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like this guy was just a little too short, a little too low to the ground. And I feel like these give it better proportion while not being while not losing the fact that it looks like kind of the chubby series. Teresa asks, is the chubby cow pattern out yet? Yes, it is. It is on the website. And if you're on Patreon, it's also up there along with the fox lovey, which is behind me. So right now, the fox lovey and the chubby cow are the patterns that are on Patreon. These are both released at the beginning of this month, which it's still pretty early in the month. So yeah, they're pretty new additions. So you can find these both on Patreon and on my website. And also, honestly, on any of the chubby series, if you guys want slightly bigger legs, I apologize, I don't remember who it was. A couple weeks ago, someone kind of was asking about making longer legs because their family thought that the little kind of stubby legs were not their favorite. You can follow the pattern for the chubby, well, either the chubby donkey, which will be coming out because it has the leg extensions, or the chubby llama, and you can just sort of add little extensions onto the little triple bobble legs to give them a little bit more height. So if that's ever something that you feel like you want to do, you want the chubby cow to have slightly longer legs and not sit on its belly, or you could do the same thing with the chubby goat. Give it slightly longer legs if you wanted. That is totally an option. Excuse me. Yeah, I like them, honestly, the way they are. But everyone has their own style preference, and for some of them, I felt like just leaving the little chubby triple bobble legs, and some of them felt like they needed extensions. So these two have the exact same like leg extension, and then the horse has a slightly different one so that it's taller, so it's a little more off the ground. So now I'll come read comments. Let's see. Virgie says the new legs make a huge difference. I think so too. Sandy says you're a creative genius. Thank you. I just think of all the children and adults as well that you have absolutely thrilled by creating and are getting any of your adorable animals. Well, thank you, Sandy. That is very sweet. That makes me a little sentimental, but I love it. Thank you. Good morning, Sandra. Lisa asks, any idea around when you're aiming for the chubby horse to be released? So, the horse and the donkey, I'm getting tested this month. I've actually had 1 or 2 people who are testing the donkey already. Like I put it out last week and they've already gotten back to me saying, here it is, it's done, here's the feedback. Cynthia from Sin's Crafting World, who's often in here, is like the first one who's like, and I'm done. Super impressed. And some really good feedback too. So these are both being tested this month, which means they will be released next month. So April 1st is when these 2 patterns will be coming out. And then I'm going to actually work on something large because I have been doing a lot of like kind of small projects this year. The only large thing I've done so far has been the Samuel Lewis koala, who is right back here. Yeah, this is the biggest guy I've done this year, because so far this year it's been like the chubby goat came out in in January. I have a brain. The baby fox over there in the corner came out in February. This month came out the chubby cow, and the fox lovey came out. So it's mostly been little things, and which I do enjoy. And then these 2 are coming out next month. But I've got to work on something large so that we can, I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun to have variety. And like there is some variety between like the baby size patterns, like the baby fox, and the chubby patterns, but I want to make something large. So I'm kind of jonesing for a big project. That is what's on my mind. So that's the answer to your question, Lisa. Good morning, Jacqueline. Or Jacqueline. I don't know which one. She says, good afternoon. Good morning, Donna. How are you? Teresa says, where can the chubby patterns be found? So if you go on my website, they are at the very bottom. I kind of have them sorted so that the large patterns are at the top, the baby and lovey patterns are kind of in the middle, and then the chubby patterns are all at the very bottom. So I can type it in as if I could find my keyboard under all of my stuffies over here. I'll type it in really quick for you. So crochet.com/shop. Okay. So that should help. Let's see. Eugenia asks, is the chubby llama smaller than the original chubby llama? No. Nope, it's the same size. I think they're about 11 inches standing, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. Same pattern. Alyssa says, I was finally able to print out all of your patterns I purchased, and now I have a huge binder of your patterns. That's awesome. So cool. Jersey Girl Crafts likes the longer legs. Very nice. Jackie says, how many balls would I need? Balls of yarn would I need for the koala? Was wondering how many big balls for the pillow. Okay, so I guess I'll answer both questions because I think you asked both. If you're trying to make the Samuel Lewis koala, I'm gonna have to look it up really quick because I will be honest, I can't remember. But that will be in my folder of, oh, come on, in my folder of patterns. So I can pull that up really quick. Though if you're also asking about this one, it only took one big ball of the extra blanket yarn, which I was really surprised by. But that is taking into account that that I got rid of some of the depth rows. You know, so it's not the exact same pattern as this. So I got rid of some of the depth there. Obviously use a very loose gauge. But yeah, just one big ball of this is 97 yards, and that worked out just fine. So I pulled up the pattern, and on this guy, it's 285-ish yards. So more than one big ball. You're going to need two at least. So that will help. All right, sorry, distracted looking at my stuff. Let's see. All right, Sandy says she saw Cynthia's from Sin's Crafting World Chubby Donkey. It is awesome that she's a great ambassador for me, which I really appreciate. That is awesome. Donna loves the horse. Thank you. Oh, Sandy is saying a large gorilla would be fun. That would be fun. I like that idea. Last week we talked a little bit about doing a making a large sloth, which I have not actually started on at all. But man, my stuff is just, yeah. He's just gonna take a nap for right now. Yeah, I haven't started on, but it's still on my mind. So last week I showed you guys the very first time the baby monkey that I got started. I've got, well, and I'll just tell you. I'll just tell you guys what's going on in my brain with this project. So I don't really love the head, or the face, the head. I don't really love how it went together. It just didn't quite meet what I was thinking I wanted. And so I was one of the ways that I work is that that it's really good for me to like reference what I have done so that I can know what I want to do differently in the future. So I thought I should just like rip this out, but then I wouldn't have this one to reference when I started again. But I also didn't want to like make a whole new monkey starting from the bottom up. And so I was a little bit torn. And then I had the thought, like, what if I just made a monkey lovey? Because that's the head and the arms, which I haven't like figured, you know, I haven't figured out that yet. You know, but then those will be things that I can work on designing, trying to figure out. And so the idea came to me, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. How about I just work on that? And then it went a little bit farther because it was I had the idea. I'd watched some like other YouTubers design challenge videos where they try and like design a dress in one day, or you know, like do kind of bigger DIY projects all in one day or something like that. And I was like, ooh, I wonder if I could do that. I wonder if I could make this monkey lovey all in one day. So I attempted, and I want to get your guys' feedback here before I just like jump into this. Do you guys want to see the monkey lovey that I made now? Or do you guys, because I also documented the process, because I was like, it'd be kind of fun to make like a YouTube video, like, you know, designing a pattern in one day. Like that would just be kind of fun. So that one will probably, because I recorded the process, documented it all, and I'm going to share it probably on Wednesday. So do you guys want to see the monkey lovey now, or do you guys want to see it on Wednesday when you can kind of watch the process? So chime in and let me know, and I'll answer a couple more questions that I'm seeing here in the chat here. So Teresa asked, how tall are the chubbies? So it definitely depends. Yeah, it depends on which one we're talking about, but they do kind of have a rough size. Sorry, I'm looking for my measuring tape, which I don't happen to see at the moment. It is one of my daughter's favorite playthings, so it might be gone. But they're standing, they usually range, like I'd say the donkey is going to be like 7 inches tall, 7, 8, something like that. Because the horse has a slightly longer legs, it's going to be just a little bit taller than that. I am fairly certain that the chubby llama is 11 inches tall. So if you kind of look at them in comparison, oh, maybe these guys are closer. Maybe this one's like a 10 and this one's a 9, you know, because this guy also has taller ears, you know, so they're not really little. Let's see. The chubby cow is kind of shorter in comparison. Check that out. You know, so he's probably like 5 or 6 inches tall, like maybe 7. I don't know. I'm not the best judge at length. So that's they all kind of range. Like I think the chubby goat is the shortest. Yeah, these guys are about the same size, and like of course the bunny's really, really short. So that's that. All right. All right. So here in the chat, we've got Deborah saying yes. Sandy saying yes. Let's show the monkey lovey. So does Jersey Girl Crafts. Jackie, yes. So this says, who wouldn't want to see it now? All right. Linda says, I can't wait for anything. Okay. Charlotte's saying now. All right. I'm not seeing anyone who's like, please hold off. So I will pull it out and show you guys. I am a lot happier with how its head turned out versus the other monkey. So this is the monkey lovey. Isn't he cute? So for this guy, I obviously did some fleece in the ears and fleece in the hands, and I gave him fingers, which I think is exciting. I ended up using a blanket that I had left over from, I had plans to do a deer lovey, and then the deer was giving me so much grief, I never ended up doing it. But I had the blanket already made, and I accidentally put it on upside down, which is so frustrating. But yeah, so let me hold it back here so you guys can see all of it in the frame. This is what he looks like. I'm really happy with him. The only thing that I am like stuck on is the mouth, because I'm going to be able to find it now. I am not the world's most organized person. I'm sure you guys would never guess, but it's true. So like I did a concept sketch before I started, which you guys will all see this in the video on Wednesday. But in the concept sketch, he had a little smile, and I really liked it. And so, but like I don't usually do mouths on my animals. I do eyes and noses, and that's usually about it. So but I liked the smile, and it feels like it needs something. So but every time I would like hold a black piece of yarn over it, it was just like, it was too much, and I really didn't like it. And so I showed my mom, and she suggested maybe using the taupe color for the smile. That way it's not like such strong contrast. It's you know, like it's still there, but it's not like a big black line, or you know, like the high contrast of black on the almond color. So that is something I'm considering. So I wouldn't say that this pattern is like done, and I have not had time to like really work on getting it in the computer and updated. Like I wrote it all down, but I write down on it on a piece of paper. So yeah. And so my plan then, because I mean this one's face is just a lot cuter than this one's face, is probably to rip this one down, start, because I finished at the head, so I'll probably rip down to the neck and then follow this pattern that I made for the lovey and build back up. And then, you know, use these arms, and I'll have to invent legs and a tail because I haven't done that yet. I still have to work out the smile, but you know, the idea is to kind of take what I've learned from creating this one and translate it into this one so that I am happier with it. So now that I've chatted and chatted, how are you guys doing over here? Oh, Sandy says his little mouth area just begs for a pacifier. That would be cute. That would be super cute. Jackie loves him. Thank you. Deborah says it's very cute. Emily likes him. Virgie likes him. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Silka. I'm so glad you guys love him. Deborah likes the idea of a pacifier. That would be cute. Okay, and Deborah's saying she agrees with like using the taupe for a little bit of a smile. Yeah. Yeah, okay, and Jersey Girl Craft is agreeing with that too. Okay, because yeah, I think it does need something like you guys are saying in the chat, like a pacifier would be really cute. I think I'll try the taupe smile and see if I can, you know, really pull it off. And yeah, because I would like that. A pacifier. I'm sure you could make one. I just am like having like no immediate ideas. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I would make it. My brain is kind of struggling with that one, but anyway. Oh, thank you, Linda. Well, MJ, I'm so glad you love him. Yeah, so this is my like, just see if I can do it sort of thing. Like throw caution to the wind and just jump and be like, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna document and hopefully this turns out good. So like I said, you guys will see that all in the video that comes out probably Wednesday. I just, you know, have to get the video ready and upload it and everything. Good morning, Cheryl. So that's honestly, I'd say, what has been going on in my world this week. Well, as far as crochet patterns go, lots of other things happening in the world, right? So these two new makes for this week. This one, as I said a little bit earlier, this pattern along with the Chubby Donkey will be coming out next month. And then I am going to be working on finalizing these two probably for May. Which actually I kind of wanted to do a monkey for May because May is my birthday or my birth month. And I really, when I was little, I felt like I was a monkey because I liked climbing trees. And my parents' house has a lot of big trees. It's like I loved climbing trees and just kind of being crazy. And so I don't know. I always would like, I love the monkeys. So that's why I wanted it to come out in May. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I'm so glad you like them. Good morning, Jeannie. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Other things that are going on. I think the only other thing to talk about right now is something I haven't kind of talked about in a while, and that is how much the subscriber count has been growing here on the Old Soul Crochet Company channel. It's been pretty incredible. We are up to a little over 9,000 subscribers here, and it has been a long time since I have done a sale. I've just been so busy with life and making stuff that I haven't even like really thought about it. Um, but my mom has been reminding me this last little bit. She's like, when you hit 10,000, you really need to do a sale. I was like, you know what? You're right. I really do. So I just want to get you guys thinking about that. Prepped. I don't know. Just know that that's in the works, in the zeitgeist. When we hit 10,000 subscribers here, we're gonna have a sale. I think the only exception to that, because if all kind of goes as growth has been going, we will hit 10,000 before the 3 months of the Samuel Lewis koala patterns have been donated. So probably there'd be a sale on everything but this pattern, just so that I can keep donating the full proceeds to the wildlife rescue missions in Australia. So that's my thought. Like this would be the only one that would like stay, not be, discounted or not be influenced by the sale. Everything else is like fair game, because yeah, that's fun, right? I think so. All right. Let's see. Teresa says, thank you so very much for sharing. Your talents are beyond wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Eugenia says, I'm in love with all of them. I want to crochet all. I'm so glad. That like one of my, so like my part of my origin story, I would say, as a crochet designer or a pattern designer, was that when I was looking for patterns, I mean, there were a couple of things I couldn't find. I couldn't find big amigurumi that like didn't look like they'd take forever, because I have a short attention span. And I couldn't find ones that like were so cute. I was like, I just want to make that. Like there were only a couple of patterns that I ever really found that matched my style, I'd say, or like what I consider to be like ridiculously cute. And so I want, like, part of my goal as a crochet designer is to make things that people are like, it's so cute, I have to make it. Like I want people to have that feeling, that excitement, like yes, I have to make it. And so anytime people say things like Eugenia just did, like, I'm in love with them all and I want to crochet them all, I'm just like, yes, like I'm doing it. It just makes me feel really accomplished, because it's the goal I set out to do, and like not everyone's style is the same as mine. So they're going to be like thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of crocheters who will see my work and be like, oh yeah, it's fine. But it's not their style. But when I can, I don't know, find people who like my style because it's also their style, oh, it's just a match made in heaven. It makes me happy. So that's my rant there for now. Anyway, I should probably, I don't know that I have anything else to talk about now that I just ranted a little bit. It was a happy rant. So let's see. Silka's chiming in here, says that is exactly how you made me feel. I wasn't greatly into amigurumi, but when I saw the first ones you created, I was like, yes, that's it. I cannot not make this. Yes, that is exactly the feeling that I want people to have, because it's, for me, it's a really exciting feeling. It's, to have something that you want to make and that like pulls you forward rather than like being pushed from behind. Because I don't know, I feel like we've all had that feeling where it's like I want to crochet, but I can't find something that's really like engaging me. And so that's That's the feeling that I want to have. I'm going to stop stuttering here. And I guess, yeah, parting comments, parting thoughts. I don't know. These are the 2 makes. I'm quite happy with them. I think, yeah, going forward for this next week is going to be working on getting this pattern typed up and reworking this one and just kind of finessing these 2. I don't know that I will necessarily get them done this next week. We will see. Life sometimes is very busy and crazy. Actually here in just a little bit, got some family things going on. My uncle passed away, so we're going to his, they don't want to call it a funeral, his life celebration. So that's going to be this weekend, and hopefully like I don't know, like hopefully that doesn't damper things too much. I don't know. It's they're always hard, but that's kind of where I'm headed after this. So I should probably go here in a minute. But first I'll talk to you guys here in the comments, and then we'll probably go. Alrighty. Jackie says, I'm stuck on the first one. I made the lamb and saw people asking for them. I love that. Cheryl says, that is so true. I just feel like every time I see a new pattern, I fall in love with them. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Donna loves how the monkey turned out. That's awesome. Oh, I love that. Sandy says, the amigurumi you create are hugs waiting to be delivered. Yes, I love that so much. Charlotte asks, have you ever done a frog? I have not yet. When I was little, my Aunt Dorothy used to make us toys. The stuffed animal used to make us the toys of the stuffed animals. And I received a frog in 1981 for Christmas, and I still have him. I love that. Jeannie says, prayers for your family. Thank you very much, Jeannie. Heather saying, I just made 5 of your baby sheep for people for Easter. That is impressive, Heather. Way to go. I bet your hands are a little tired of the bobble stitch. Let's see. Jackie says, she needs to make the koala. Yep. And yeah, see. Sophia says, I'm in love with your amigurumi. Just completed the baby sheep and purchased the alpaca, elephant, and rabbit. Thank you. I'm glad to catch you live as well. And yeah, thank you guys for the love and the prayers and the kind comments here. I do appreciate that. It's going to be good. It's just one of those things that like I haven't like mentally dealt with his passing. So might be some tears, but we'll be all right. We'll be okay. Let's see. Thank you all. Thank you very much, Jackie and Cheryl and Donna and Deborah, Jody. Thank you. You guys are great. I really appreciate it. I feel bad for like bringing a downer moment to the chat. I don't like bringing sad or negative energy. So I am sorry about that. Let's see. Jersey Girl Craft says, oh, she's had a lot of loss too. Man, I'm so sorry. Wow, that is hard. And she does say that making the little chubby bunnies is helping make her smile, which is good. I'm very glad for that. Deborah says she'd love a dog or 2. I definitely want to make a dog as well. Or a lot. I actually think I could make probably a whole book on dogs because there are just so many of them. So many that are cute and adorable. So Awesome. Heather says that after making those five sheep, she can do the bobble stitch blindfolded. I absolutely believe that. Good morning, Stacy. Jody says she's excited for the horse and the monkey. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Deborah. She says, I think I have all of your patterns now. Love when new ones come out. I think you might have all of them too. You are fantastic, and I really appreciate it. Sandy says, do you have your owl close at hand? I'd love to see it. Yeah, so I've got two owls, and they're both hiding in this corner. So let me unbury them. So this is the great horned owl, Henry the Great, and then this is the snowy owl. So these are my two owl patterns. Thank you so much. Deep breaths. These animals are so good for hugging. They could really kind of help ground you, and that's a good thing. All right. Thank you, Cheryl, for your uplifting comment there. I appreciate it. Sandy says the snowy owl needs to be in her life. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. One thing I want to see, just throwing this out there, I know Michael carries a tweed yarn, which is like white with kind of black flecks. And I want to see someone make the snowy owl in that. So just if anyone's, thinking of things they want to, or is stuck on something they want to make, you should make that and share it with me so I can see it. All right. Thank you so much, Virgie. I appreciate that. Jersey Girl Craft says, I want to make that snowy owl, but I just feel it will never look as good as yours. Your hands are magic. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. As I've gotten better at writing patterns, I feel like I have gotten better at like my instructions, so people can make them look more like mine. And the snowy owl was like my second pattern I ever put out, so it could probably use an update so that you can make it look exactly like mine. Anyway, I had probably better go. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for loving my work and for caring about all of the crochet creations. It's my favorite, and I'm glad you guys are here to be a part of it. So thank you all. As I said, there will be of course I don't know now where I put it. I've got too many things. There will be a video, here it is, coming out this Wednesday on this guy, showing kind of the documenting the process of making it. I hope that's interesting for you guys. And other than that, I'll just be working on the monkeys, and maybe I'll start on the sloth for this week if I've got time, because that'd be fun. And I need a large project, so that is the plan. So I am going to cut off here. Love you guys. See you next Saturday. We will chat and it will be great. So thank you again. Bye.